Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
3 Salt Lake police officers were assaulted in 3 separate incidents, all within 3 hours. It happened yesterday morning near the Road Home Shelter on Rio Grande.
Fox 13's Robert Boyd has been looking into these assaults and joins us live with the details. Robert.
Hello, Kirsten and Bob. Well, there have been more police officers on the streets of downtown Salt Lake City in order to handle the influx of the homeless population. So that means a lot more intertwining, a lot more talking between the homeless and police officers, and the police officers say they're coming under attack. It's something you'll see outside the Road Home on Rio Grande every single day. Police officers and members of the public coming face to face.
We have a lot more officers down there taking enforcement action on things that are going on around the shelter.
But with more police comes more vulnerability. According to Tuesday morning's crime log, 3 officers were attacked within 3 hours. At 8:29, he threw a water bottle at one of the officers, nearly hitting the officer in the head. While in the backseat of the patrol car, the man yelled that he wished he had a gun so he could shoot the officer in the back.
You hear that a lot. They make a lot of general idolized, threats towards us, things they want to do to us.
A second attack came at 9:03. The officer placed the woman in handcuffs while being assisted to the ground. The suspect kicked the officer in the knee. A third attack at 10:45. Officers working foot patrol in the area of the shelter encountered a black female adult who walked toward the officers and took a swing at one of them. Police say, due to overcrowding at the jail, it's often the same people getting arrested over and over again.
All your Class B's and Class A offenses, misdemeanor offenses, we're not able to get those people into the jail. We have to keep going out and dealing with them. Thus, they're still down at the shelter, and we're down there enforcing action.
Glenn Bailey of Crossroads Urban Center works with homeless people on a daily basis. He says police presence is necessary, but too much can be antagonizing for some.
A lot of different nuisance citations, jaywalking, loitering, camping, many things that people on the street are really part of their daily existence.
Sharon Whitsitt is one of many who call Rio Grande home. He says there is never a reason to attack a police officer.
It's not the officers. Please don't blame them, because they're doing a superb job, and I tell them as much as I possibly can.
Now, the Utah Department of Workforce Services says their numbers back up what the Salt Lake City Police Department is saying. In the past year, they've seen a 7% increase in homeless population in Salt Lake City. Live in Salt Lake City, Robert Boyd, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Robert, thank you. The Salt Lake City Council is weighing in on 2 proposed homeless resource centers.
That's what not one council member, not 3 council members, but all 7 are hearing from their neighborhoods, is that 250-bed facility is too big of an impact for those neighborhoods.
The council is giving Mayor Jackie Biskupski until October 10th to pick 2 sites for the shelters. They're concerned the size of the proposed shelters are too big. They want the mayor to make the decision soon so the public has more time to voice any concerns they may have. Investigators used social media to track down a couple accused of sexually assaulting a Utah woman during the Sundance Film Festival earlier this year. Police say Ann Hardcastle friended the victim on Instagram after the alleged assault. Officers then told the victim to keep in touch with the suspect to piece together an investigation. Michael Taylor and Hardcastle face a number of charges, including object rape. They will be extradited to Utah from New York later this year.
She wasn't just a dog. She was my baby.
A woman in Midvale wants answers after her dog's ashes were stolen. Stephanie Hale says someone broke into her house when no one was there yesterday morning. She says her pug Hannah was her best friend for 14 years. So after she passed away, Hale kept the ashes. Whoever broke in took off with the ashes and left everything else.
They passed up a TV, laptop, tablet, a cell phone, money. They passed up diamond rings, credit cards that were laying out, passports that were laying out. Nothing was touched but my dog's ashes.
Hale says she doesn't think anyone would have a specific vendetta against her. Police are investigating.
Well, Utah voters aren't necessarily on the same page as the state when it comes to government spending. New research from the Utah Foundation found that voters' views differ from what's actually happening. Voters say as much as 22% of state tax money should go to law enforcement. Right now, it's only budgeted for 7% and only want 5% to support transportation, which is really at 13%. Voters say education is a top priority.
A place called Owl Meadow in Immigration Canyon faces the threat of development, but a nonprofit organization is doing everything it can to keep it from happening. Utah Open Lands is relying on community support to save the 4.5-acre meadow as open space. The land is currently zoned for residential development, but the seller is giving the organization until November 7th to raise $700,000 to buy the land and protect it. 3 popular areas of Zion National Park are being closed for waste removal. They call it the Helipoo operation. Angels Landing, Scout Lookout, and Zion Canyon Scenic Drive will be closed from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Monday and Thursday of next week. They'll use helicopters to haul 10 to 15 barrels out, each weigh about 500 pounds full. The park says the restrooms are being overused.
Allow me.
I know.
Don't
gross.
drop that.
Okay, take over with the weather, Brett,
they're
please.
shutting down part of the park. I mean, really. Trust me, people.
Biohazard.
It's for your own good, okay?
Okay, moving on. Let's go.
What was that?
So check this out. This is actually from Snowbird earlier today. So yes, here is your footage of some of that snow that came down with the storms yesterday. So this is up, this is up at 11,000 feet. So yeah, at this high elevation, it's not unusual to see some snow in mid-September. In the valleys, it's usually more towards, basically Halloween. That's when we can expect to start seeing some snow down in the valleys. But yeah, this elevation, why not? Mid-September, cool. Thanks for sending that in. All right, so now what we have here, take a look at this. Okay, there you go. I just was going. That's 2 days in a row.
Was that lightning?
Yes.
Holy,
Come
and
on.
this is live, right?
Yeah, man.
How do you do that?
Totally.
That clicker thing in your head, you pushed the lightning button, didn't you?
I picked this camera because I saw a thunderstorm here, and I was like, hey, I bet we could see some lightning out of this. This is the one that's moving in around Ogden and points north. And sure enough, you just saw there that we did see some lightning. So yeah, 2 days in a row we've caught it on the camera.
Does he do it,
There's
folks?
a look at it. Here's a look at the storm, and our camera's right here where we picked up that. And you can see, yeah, we have some areas of a little more moderate to heavy precipitation right now between Ogden and Willard up here. Some scattered showers stretching down into Layton and just towards North Salt Lake. Pretty quiet south of North Salt Lake, although scattered showers will continue to move in as we head into the evening hours. And again, isolated thunderstorms still possible as well, as we're waiting for this low pressure to move completely out of the state. So it moved through Nevada, it's in northern Utah, and it continues to move off to the northeast. And it's this back edge that'll move through later on tonight and very early tomorrow morning that'll kick off the last batch of showers and isolated thunderstorms in the overnight hours and early tomorrow, especially in the higher elevations. And your best shot will be the further north you live. So again, we have to get through that before it's all said and done. Okay, so as you take a look at temperatures outside right now, 51 in Logan, 58 in Salt Lake and Provo, 60 in Price, low 60s around Blanding, and 73 currently in St. George. We're already in the 40s in Ely, so some cool temps out there. 24-hour temperature change, most locations cooler than we were last night. Remember how cold it got last night and this morning? Yeah, it's going to be chilly. So 48 for an overnight low tonight along the Wasatch Front, 39 in Evanston, in low 40s in Park City, 30s in Richfield, Cedar City, obviously the 30s in Ely as well. Storms in northern Utah will clear it out in southern Utah. Low 50s to start the day tomorrow along the Wasatch Front. A chilly start to the day. We warm up to the low 70s. We hit 70 today. Tomorrow will be about the same, but more sunshine, partly cloudy skies. Any storm activity will be confined to the northeast part of the state. I'm talking over the Uintas and southwest Wyoming. That's where we're going to see the chance of some storms after that last batch moves through very early tomorrow morning. Again, we could see some developing in the afternoon over the Uintas. 71 for a high in Salt Lake, 87 in St. George, 80 around Moab, and 82 in Bullfrog. We just dry it out and then warm it up. 89, 90, 93, 95 in southern Utah with a lot of sunshine. For northern Utah, Again, those storms possible, over the Uintas. Again, showers possible very early in the morning, but then we dry it out. 71 and partly cloudy, 75 and mostly sunny, 80s for the weekend with sunshine. We're in the mid-80s early next week as well.
You know, now we're going to expect this from you, to have a lightning bolt in each show.
Yeah, you've set a precedent.
Well, there
You're
you go.
setting the bar way too high for yourself.
You don't think I can do it? Is that?
Just push that button, that thing right there, man. That's a lightning.
I
Those
feel
graphics are really
a bit
cool,
of a
right?
challenge coming on. Okay, let's see.
Okay, thanks, Brett.
Yep.
A $200 million deal is bringing close to 200 new jobs to Utah. We'll show you who's hiring.
And what started as a video of the Utah sunset may have turned into catching something rare on camera. We'll show you what it could be coming up.